So we are doing the part 2 of our earlier presentation of practical ways to save and invest money. So today is going to be like a workshops type. I hope everyone had a chance to complete the worksheet, but if you did not, it's okay. We'll see how we can do it together. So just going back to our first presentation, why save and invest? I will not go into details. It's for financial security to achieve your goals, especially when it comes to emergency education, wedding, housing, and other financial goals. Then it's also needed for wealth creation in the long term. Then today we are going to look at practical ways to increase your income. Remember the last time we talked about income, we talked about savings and also investing. So how do we increase income? I mentioned the last time that most people focus on expenses. They usually forget the income side. So in ways, some ways that you can do this is to identify your current income and ask yourself, what are the opportunities to make more money, to increase my income? So the first one is your primary job, of course, then other side job, your investment income, consulting, selling of items that you don't need, and other income opportunities. So we have a spreadsheet one. The last time we said it's not just good enough to think in your head, you think on paper. So on this spreadsheet one, it's called income analysis. So where am I today? So I have A, which is the serial number, then B, which is your income source, then your monthly income, then ideas for increasing your income, then you have your estimated additional income, action plan that you must start today, and then we have reviews. I'm recommending quarterly reviews, but some people can do monthly or yearly reviews. So I have quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. Now the first one, number 1, can you guys see the spreadsheet? Okay, so the first one is your primary job. So how much do you earn today? First, to make copy of your own spreadsheet, you just go to File, and then you click Make a Copy. In that way, you'll be able to edit the spreadsheet, and it becomes private to you. You don't share with anybody. So if I have, for example, I want to look at how much do I earn today, what's my primary job, what's my salary. If I say, for example, $2,000, I put it there. Your side hustles or your side job, how much do you make? If it's 0, right now you put 0. You are looking at your current position. Your investment income, if it's $100, put it there. And whatever it is, you just put the amount. Freelancing or consulting, then sometimes you may want to dispose assets that you don't need. Whatever comes from there, you put it there. And then other income opportunities. And the list goes on. You can add more. Then the next one is you think within yourself or ask friends or share with family and friends, how can I increase my income? What are some ideas? For example, for my primary job, I can increase my skills, work well, and ask for a raise, or work overtime if it's allowed. For my side jobs, I can start an online business. For my investment, I can research and make wise investment and earn interest or dividend. So those are ideas. But for you to get ideas, you have to be prepared to think. You have to be prepared to do some research Only then you'll be able to find ideas. What are other people doing? What are my friends doing? How are they making money? Then once you are able to come up with ideas, then you put those ideas to work. And over time, say at the end of the month or a quarter, you say, especially now, this is November. By November, December, most companies will be doing their review. Let's say I get a raise and now my salary is increased by $200. So you put the additional income here. And remember, if you don't do anything with this $200, which is an increase on a monthly basis, at the end of the year, you will not know where the money went to. So you have to say, I'm going to allocate this $200 to reducing my mortgage, for example, to buy shares, for example, to buy books, for example, to read. So whatever you want to do with the additional increase, you put your action plan and you start it immediately. So we'll move on in the presentation. I hope this is clear, but I'll be able to take questions at the end of this presentation and any other time after. So the second one is identify and reduce expenses so that you can have money for savings and investing. So the first step for this is, where am I today? So you list all your monthly expenses into categories provided below and feel free to add more. For example, how much do you pay for rent? How much do you pay as mortgage? Then your utilities, which includes electricity, water, gas, and so on. You put the amount there. And if it's included in your rent, you just put it as part of your rent. Transportation, whether you go by public transportation or your own car, there is always a cost. So cost for tickets, cost for fuel, then feeding or food, you put the amount there. Entertainment, subscriptions, your hobbies, then clothing and personal care and other expenses. And I will advise here that you break it down. You know yours better than I, so that's why I just group it as other expenses. Then you go to the spreadsheet and think on paper and document this. So you have the categories, then you list out your current expenses. Housing, for example, I use $100. If you say utilities, depending on where you are, Canada is very expensive, especially during the winter. I put $300. Then your feeding, entertainment, you put amount there. And the good thing is we have formulas already set in the spreadsheet. So you have a total, and then you do the thinking. What are savings ideas or potentials? How can I reduce my income? Housing, for example, if you are paying $1,000, you can ask yourself, can I find a new and cheaper accommodation effective January 1st? Can I get a roommate? But we have to be careful about this. Get somebody who has the same, who you feel safe with and have the same ideology as yourself. So can I get a good roommate? Can I take a mortgage? Can I buy a house instead of rent? Sometimes people think buying a house is more expensive than renting. But in some cases, it could be the reverse. But you have to do your calculation, do your research. Then whatever you can to reduce your housing costs, you put it there. And the reduction, put your target amount, you have your reduction. And in this case, my targeted reduction was $200. And after I took action, I was able to reduce my rent to $800. Then my estimated savings is $200, which is equal to my target, but sometimes it may not. That's why we have that column there. And then what am I going to do with this increase? Immediately, I take action and increase my auto savings withdrawal. by $200. Then I look at the first quarter, end of first quarter, how am I doing? Second quarter, how am I doing? Third quarter, how am I doing? Then we do the same for others. I just give one more example. Coffee and drinks. Can I skip my daily coffee? For me, I would say no, I can't. Emmanuel knows that. So what can I do? I can brew my coffee at home instead of buying from Starbucks or Tim Hortons or any other company. In that way, I can save money on this. So whatever I'm able to save, I tailor it to my investment or savings. And then we have others. You just look at it. You know yourself better than I do. Another interesting one, energy usage. What about switching off my lights when I go out, when I'm going to work, when I'm going to church? That can save you money. Turning off your lights or other utensils that you don't need to, you just turn them off and save some money. Then we have all those there, and that will help you to free up some money for savings and investment. Then we go to the next one. So analyze your spending habit. Identify what you really need and what you want. Some expenses are necessary. For example, if you rent, you have to pay your rent. If you don't pay, you'll be kicked out by your landlord. If you have a mortgage, you have to pay your mortgage. If you don't pay, you'll be kicked out by a landlord, which in this case would be a bank or your mortgage company. Then you have discretionary expenses. These are the ones that we can really, really save money. What are those things that I really don't need? Are there subscriptions that I'm paying for that I don't really use? Do I have multiple that I need to reduce? Things like that. Yeah, you can really make some big savings for big reduction in expenses for savings and investing. So your habits, analyze your habit. And then the next is expense reduction goals. You set up your goals either in percentage. I want to save X percentage of money based on each categories or line items, or you could set a dollar amount or naira amount if you're in Nigeria. Then you could also set limit, like I said, limit your purchase of clothing, for example, dining out, for example, either by percentage or dollar or naira amount. And we've seen the spreadsheet already. Then, haven't done your income analysis and your expenses, the next step is the big one. You create a budget. A budget is a roadmap to your financial success, your plan for financial success. If you don't have a plan to succeed, you would, whether you know it or unknowingly, just have a plan to fail. But in this case, we want to create a budget for success. Then one thing you must do, having created your budget, is to stick to your budget and always on a periodic basis, either monthly, quarterly, yearly, or whatever works for you, review and make adjustments as required. So let's look at a budget template, a simple one. So this is a simple one. Again, you go to File, make a copy. We have categories, we have item, plan amount, actual amount, the difference, and then always, why the difference? Whether positive or negative, you want to find out why and move from there. And moving from there, you want to take corrective action. For example, if it's yellow, you want to reward yourself, maybe take more coffee or drink. And if it's red, you want to reflect, what can I do or how can I do better? So we have the income side. So we have total income. We have income, then we have line items, and you can add more. So I have my primary job salary. They have income from side jobs. Then I have investments, income, which can be interest, dividend, and so on. Then I also have this category, which is very unique, actually based on our current situation in terms of age, gifts. Sometimes people can gift you money, you put it there as a source of income. And if you are the one that give, it becomes an expense. You make sure you capture that. Then we have the expense side. We have savings and investing. We'll come back to this later. Then we have household rent. We have rent and mortgage or mortgage. Then we have utilities, transportation, food, and so on. So going back to the income side, let's say my primary income per month is $1,000. I just put $1,000. If it's 2.5, I put 2.5 here. That's my planned income, what I think I should earn. Then how much did I actually earn? If it's 2.5, you put your 2.5. So what's the difference? No difference. That's fine. Then let's say my side job, income from my side job, I plan to earn at the beginning of the year or on a monthly basis, $8,000. Then I earn 800, you put your 800, and the difference is 200. So less than my plan. And if I do the reverse, I plan 800 and I earn 1,000, then it becomes a positive green. Then I have to document why the difference, whether positive or negative, then corrective action or commendation on my part. Then based on the formula, we have a total. Then we go to the expense side. The expense side, I want you to really take note of this. And this is what I want you guys to start doing from today. Make savings and investing your first expense, not the last. People do it the reverse, and that's why things don't work out for them. Make savings and investing your first expense. So if we do that, and it doesn't matter the amount, it's the strategy. So if I start with $50 as my first expense, you automate it, and over time, either monthly or quarterly or yearly, you increase the amount. Start small, then it becomes a habit, it becomes a pattern. Then after that, the next expense will be your housing, whether rent or mortgage, then utilities and all that. So you just plug in your figures there, and you have a total. You have a total, and for each of the line items, you have positive or negative, favorable variance or non-favorable. And again, you want to ask yourself, why? What's the reason for the difference? How do you get back to green? I always tell people I like green. How do you get back from red to green? So this is the roadmap that can help you to track your income and your expense. And we have a balance here, which shows you overall difference, whether positive or negative. Then you analyze that and know where to go. And I want to remind us, a budget is not cast on stone, so you can always, in fact, it's recommended you review and adjust accordingly based on your own financial situation. Then call for action. Savings, make savings and investing your first expense. I cannot overemphasize that. Automate your savings and your investing, and you could do this through your bank. Very important. Then continuously develop your skills and increase your streams of income. Your skills will help you. Developing your skills will help you to increase your value, and the market will pay for the value that you offer, what you bring to the table, and nothing more. So the more you increase your skills, the more you will be rewarded. And the more you try to identify sources, other sources of income, the more you will get. Nobody will do that research for you. You have to do it. What are people doing? Always be on the lookout. What do people need? What are the challenges of today's society? What are the challenges in where I live? If you have that mindset of trying to solve problems for people, for the society, then you can use that as an income generating opportunity. The government will not do that for you. If we have security challenges, for example, it's an opportunity to create a security company, hire people and post them to private houses, or even get a contract with the government for private security. If people
I'm
are
very looking
hungry,
for that. So
find a way to grow food and feed them, and they will pay for it. So things like that. Then your time is your greatest asset. Your time as young people, even for old people or older people, is your greatest asset. Always, always ask yourself, what am I doing with my time? The way I'm spending my time today, now, will it take me to my destination, which we have identified as wealth creation? How am I spending my time? So always ask yourself that question. And there's nothing wrong if you waste your time sometimes, but if you have that mindset of always asking yourself, am I using my time wisely? Then you can come back on track. So your time is your greatest asset. Then we conclude, reflect, and adjust. And the instruction here is at the end of each month or each quarter, reflect on what worked and what did not work. Adjust your plan accordingly for success. Then we have some reflection questions here. What strategy helped me to save? Where did I struggle? What changes can I make in the next month, in the coming year? Then once you reflect and you're able to um, know the challenges you face, the areas where you succeeded, then you'll be able to take action. And so the call for action is to analyze your income today, not tomorrow, today. Analyze your expenses today. Begin budgeting, savings, and investing today. And take steps towards achieving your financial goals. And once we do this, I always tell people, God will always do his own part. The Lord will bless our efforts. The Lord will bless our dream. And then our efforts and dreams will lead us to our desired destination. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. So that's the end of the presentation. I'll take questions or comments or thoughts. Thank you very much.
thank you so much, Uncle. I'm not sure if others have comments or questions. This is Amy, by the way. I just had one main thing. The biggest takeaway for me is almost like I need to create a mindset shift so that I can do these things that the steps you've outlined here for us, and you made it so clear, like the steps we can take, that the application of it just requires, not just, but the application of it requires, I think, a mindset shift. Yeah, in a good way. Thank you, Uncle. I guess my question
Yeah,
is,
I
when did you
agree.
start thinking that way? Yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah, that's what I just wanted to say. I agree. Yeah, when did I start? I think I would say maybe what Canadian people will say high school, or I would say secondary school if it's Nigeria. And also thanks to my brother, your dad, and my sister. I learned a lot from them and my parents. So, but it's a journey. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. I'm still learning. So start wherever you are today, and over time, things will just get better. One of the categories I put there is books. So they used to say readers are leaders. So not just academic books, books that have to teach us and life skills. Budget every month and try and buy one a month if it's not too much, or you listen to audio tapes. That will help you. In fact, it will help everybody to increase our skills and values. Thank you. So don't be scared. Start where you are. And over time, things will get better.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Also have to say I really appreciate having access to those documents you shared, Uncle. I could see them being
And
part of a class that somebody paid for. So I really feel privileged that you're sharing this with us. Thank you.
you're welcome.
If if nobody else has a question for Uncle, I will allow us anyone. Let me just give us a second first before I move on.
Maybe we do it
Uncle,
this way. We
yeah.
just call names as I see. Yeah. Let's try that. Kachi, is Kachi there?
Hi, Uncle. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, are you dazed or you have a question? So do you
No,
have any questions, comments? Or you are
no, not
already
at the
ahead of
moment.
us?
No, not at the moment. I'm kind of multitasking right now.
Okay. There's one category that I put there that I wanted to highlight. I forgot. Allowance to parents, monthly allowance to parents is our
Ah,
culture. Yes, so Kachi, if you are not giving my sister money, start
that's a
today.
good. No, that's a good culture. That's a good culture, Uncle.
Our culture. And for our culture, it doesn't matter the amount.
Yes,
It's
yes,
the
yes.
tradition
It's
and
the
it comes with
significant. Yes,
lot
it's the
of blessings. Lot of blessings. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kachi. Ivie,
Yes,
is she there?
Uncle. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, nice to
I
hear your voice.
Thank you. I really don't have a question, but I feel like it's a good way to manage um funds. It's a good way to manage spending and all unnecessary spending and the income that we get. Yeah. Thank you for the presentation.
You're welcome. Blessing. Okay, maybe blessing is not there. Emmanuel. So thank you, Emmanuel. So time is your friend, but it could also be an enemy. So the only way to make time your friend is to use your time wisely. And whether you use your time wisely or not, time waits for nobody. Thank you. Praise.
Okay, thank you, Uncle, for this knowledge sharing. I do not actually have a question, but I just want to say thank you for the budget templates. I have been doing most of the things you talked about, but I just basically write them somewhere. But with this template, it's going to, help and make the whole thing actually clearer. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, you are welcome. And I don't know if you are the one that mentioned saving with some companies the last time.
Yes, sir.
So one recommendation from my brother, George, and I think I mentioned it too the last time, is to look at the risk of those companies. Let's find out who are the owners of those banks or companies, so that we don't lose money to them, because it has happened in the past in Nigeria where some companies will collect people's money and just disappear. It has also happened in North America, Canada, the US, and all that. We don't want to be victims. So let's look at those companies. You check on, since it's Nigeria, you check on central bank website to be sure that they are authorized, and also how they are doing. And personally, I told my brother, and I believe in that. Me, I'm very conservative. I will just use a regular bank. I'll just use a regular bank, and most banks these days are online, so which makes it very easy for people to invest. But let's do the research, and Innocent can help you, and I also can try as much as possible. But I'm not on ground in Nigeria, so I'm not so much familiar in what is going on there. But beware of that risk where you invest, so that you don't lose money. Thank you. Favor, is Favor there? Or Ose? And those are the two remaining. And if Blessing is here, just go ahead with your question or comments. And then we are done for today. Praise, please go ahead.
Okay, and it's just about what you said. Um will I call the company now that I mentioned earlier? There was a time myself and Barrister, he was, because he was aware when I was staying with him that time that I used to um save money with this particular app, and we also did like a research on them. They're actually covered by this CBN CNC something. They're actually covered.
NDIC?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yes. So that's
Yeah,
why I continued with them.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, some people also do some group investment. So, for example, yeah, some people we contribute maybe $500 in a group setting, and then after a particular time, they take turns to get that um, total money in sequence.
Yeah.
These are all good, but also beware of the risk of how you invest. But I'm glad that Barrister helped you to check, and you also did your own homework. It's very, very important. So his favor, yeah, Ivie, Ose, Blessing. If not, I will hand over the meeting to Amy. Amy, you are the one moderating today.
No, it's Faith. She has been leading us. She did an excellent job to start us off, but I think maybe her network is misbehaving or something.
Okay, so you are helping out. And by the
Exactly.
way, happy birthday.
Thank you, Uncle. Thank you so
Congratulations and
much.
happy birthday.
Thank you. Who has any questions or comments? First of all, thank you everybody for the birthday singing. But and above all of that, thank you so much, Uncle, for sharing your wisdom with us. We know that the time you're giving us is valuable, and we truly, truly appreciate you, not only for the time with us now, but also the prep work for it. Because to be able to do what you've done for us here, there was work that went into it ahead, and we see it, we appreciate it, we won't forget it. Thank you, Uncle.
You're welcome.
If we can all just give Uncle a round of applause as we, yeah. Thank you, Uncle. Enjoy the round of applause. This is for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We will end our meeting here together. In